Exploring WoW Classic Part 2, the Wetlands Farm and the Tunnel to Nowhere. Now to start off, we're going to begin in the Ironforge airport as shown in the Part 1 exploration video. And then we're going to be heading north to get to the farms and the tunnel. But first, caution! Res sickness is a thing. If you die off in the middle of nowhere in some of these weird places, the game won't know what to do. It'll put your ghost in Dunmoreau or the Barrens, and you might not be able to get back, and you'll have to accept a spirit res and all the repair costs that go with that. Be careful and don't fall. So for this next part, I'm going to share a really important piece of advice. Bring a pally or a mage. The drop that you just saw there is pretty serious. I always use a pally for these exploration clips, not just because I main a paladin, but because bubble is good for being able to drop from these excessive heights. If you try and come down here with like a warrior or something, you're almost certainly going to face plant and die and have some serious problems. That said, basically you want to just jump down the cliff, and then you're going to want to head over to the left a little bit like we're showing here. And you can take this little path down without, too much damage. And you'll be able to get right into the farm area, and we can take a look around. Now, there are going to be some NPCs here, similar to what you saw in the first video. You can click them and, they'll bring up the little dialogue menu as if they were walking around as Ironforge guards or something. But those options aren't really, super useful in this out-of-the-way place. It's a little farm, as you can see. You normally only see this for, 2 or 3 seconds at a time as you're flying through. But when you get up close, there's a lot more developed terrain here than most of the other closed zones. Because you do actually get to see this place from the air as you're flying through. You can see, there's a couple of little outhouses over on the side. There's this little pen. They've got these little dwarven house entrances built into the side of the mountain. But those doors are closed. You can't actually go in there. They're just decorative. They're not developed really. They've got the little fences on the walkway. The walkways are actually here. It's not just blank empty terrain. You've got trees, little critters, and this little farm. Presumably this is where Ironforge gets its food, so try not to mess any of this stuff up. The dwarves won't be happy about that. And if we head over to the other side of this little lake here, we're going to get to check out probably the most famous feature of these unexplored areas. This is the tunnel to nothing. From the outside, it looks like just a regular Ironforge tunnel. However, if you go in here, it brings you to nothing! Don't jump! This tunnel literally just goes into unfinished mountain terrain. It's not plugged up. You can fall off, and if you do, you will fall through the bottom of the world and die. There's no way to get back to your corpse. Your corpse will be floating down in death, and you will be forced to accept the spirit res. So, yeah, don't jump. But it's fun to go check out, and, check out the tunnel to absolutely nothing. Now, if we go back down here, you're going to see that little three-way signpost on the left. You can't really see my mouse cursor in the video, but if you look in the bottom right, you're going to see it says like this way, the other way, that way. Those 3 little signs on the signpost actually have a mouse over tooltip. I thought that was an interesting little detail considering that, this is an area that players never actually see. It makes me wonder if, like that object in the game files is required to have a mouse over text in order to exist or something. But in any case, that's really all there is to the farm. Over here on the other side is just some unfinished terrain that, you don't really get to see. I'm, speeding through this footage just to show you. There's nothing really interesting here, but I wanted to show you what there was anyway. You can get up on top of that little mountain pass that comes down from the Dwarven area, Loch Modan, down into the wetlands. Not really a whole lot to do. You can come check out the excavation site from the top of the mountains. So there's some stuff there, but it's not really super interesting. But in any case, enjoy the rest of the footage, and thanks for watching.